In that light, there is light.
Hello and welcome to another beautiful edition of True Love Talk. My name is Livia Bwachueje, and today we have some amazing people to discuss a very phenomenal topic which you want to be a part of. Today we are discussing fathers then and now. And before we get into the conversation, we'll take a quick commercial break and then we'll start the discussion. Hello again. Today I have with me two amazing men and they are going to have a very honest conversation with us about fathers. What do you know about fathers? What have you heard about fathers? What is your experience with fathers and fatherhood? Today I have with me Papa Kofi Addo. He is an educationist. He is a trained counselor. He is a father himself. He is a former presbyter of the Dansoman Emmanuel congregation. Yes, and he's here with us today to have a very important conversation. Also with us today, we have Brother Lawrence Nano. He is a member of the Greenwich congregation in Tema Community 1. He's a past presbyter. He is a father as well, and it will please you to know that he is the head of finance and country manager for Bogo Beverages. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So today we are going to be talking about fathers. I know many people think we don't make enough noise about fathers, but we just want to state for the record that we appreciate you all so very much. Thank you for the amazing work you are doing, and God bless you. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, so we'll get right into the conversation now that we've done the introductions. And I just want to find out from you, what is your view of fathers? What did you see as a father growing up? Not today, but as you were growing up, Papa, what was a father to you?
First and foremost, a father to me was the one who brought me into this world.
Okay.
That's how I got to know my father when I was about 8 years old.
Okay.
Because my father and my mother divorced.
Okay.
Yes, I knew there was a father, but really getting to know my father was when I had the opportunity to visit him. He was then stationed at Tuopwe.
Okay.
And I went there on holidays, and that's when I really got to know who a father is.
Okay.
And he's a father because if I need anything, I have to go to.
Okay.
He's my provider.
Okay.
So that's what.
Okay. So for Papa Addo, a father is someone who brought you into the world,
definitely.
And your provider. When you need something, you can go to him. But Lawrence, what would you like to add?
Who is a father? I'll make it general.
Okay.
You know, we are not looking at only those that gave birth.
Okay.
We're also looking at those who even adopted, those who even took children they didn't know from anywhere, and they were able to nurture them. And we are also even looking at those that took the responsibility of nurturing other people's children. Okay, so we are not looking at those who only gave birth, but then people who took responsibility to say that, okay, I want to also bring you up so that you can become somebody in future. Your suffering, your pain, your happiness, everything about you is their responsibility. So it's not everybody who will just give birth anyhow that you are going to call a father. They are still men playing, fulfilling scriptures that we should give birth and fill the earth.
Multiply, yes.
But they are not fulfilling the fatherhood responsibility that we can call somebody a father. So I'm looking at somebody who provides, somebody who protects, somebody who wants to nurture you so that you become a responsible person in future. So those are some. And me growing up, that is how I saw my father. I lived with him. So unless they don't ask you, oh, we need this, we need that, then he's there to provide. You get it? So that is it.
Okay.
You see, just to add a bit to what he said, I grew up in a village without a father, but every man that you see around, every adult, elderly that you see around is your father. And whatever respect that you give to your father, you give it to the same thing to the man. because he can correct you, whatever that the father would do for a child, apart from, let's say, giving you money or feeding you. Yeah, you look up to that man. So you can't be naughty when that man is around. You look up at any elderly person as a father. So we had a community father or community fathers. Let me put it that way. Every adult can be a father to you. It's only when you get to the house or when you need something that somebody becomes your father. So I want to agree with you.
Sure.
So I would liken that to then.
Yes.
So we're looking at fathers then and
exactly.
now. So I think that one is a typical scenario of fathers then.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So we'll come to fathers now,
Exactly.
and then we'll see the disparity there. So, but then there are lots of myths around or stereotypes of who a father should be. A lot of us growing up, it was like a father has to be strict. You can't show so much emotion and hug your children and, like, you know, cuddle them so much, because as a father you have to be strict. When the child even does something wrong, the mother will not be the child. They have to wait for daddy to come home and daddy will be the one to correct. You know, that was a stereotype that we had about fathers growing up. Are there any others that you want to debunk? And even this, is it the case? Should that be the case?
You see, like he said, in those days, and when I say those days, I'm talking about the 50s, the 60s. Most of the mothers were not working. Or even if they were working, it was something that they easily get home. So that if the child needs anything, you have to go to the mother. The father may be working somewhere, and you hardly see the father. He goes out in the morning and comes back in the evening. So if anything that the child wants, you have to pass through the mother. That is what the thing that we grew up in. Occasionally, you get some fathers who have time for the children. My father, at certain point, will let you come to him. But otherwise, most of the time, you have to talk to the mother. And so now it's changing.
We'll
some
come
of
to
us.
now.
Okay.
We'll come to the now.
So then I will leave
I
it
just
for
want
them.
to shape the conversation around what we see fathers to be. Then we'll come to what a father actually should be in today's age, because times have changed. We're talking about 50s all the way to the 90s, thereabouts. Now, we are going to come to that.
Fathers are providers.
Yes.
Fathers are, they give out the punishment.
Yes, exactly.
They tell you what to do and not what to do. Okay. So those were those.
And they get the big meats.
Definitely, yeah. And there is this. We were told when we were kids that in some tribes, when the mother finishes with the food, he would you put everything down, the pot and everything. And when the father comes after dishing his, the mother wouldn't dish for the father. But after the father has dished his own, then the mother will come and take the rest. For the rest of the family.
I really like eating with my father just because of this, because when he is getting his food, like, you know, it's very assorted as compared to you, one fish.
Of course, he give the money.
He provided, exactly. But Lawrence, any other thing you want to add?
And you see, anytime fathers come home, you see the environment there's discipline in the house. When you are messing around and your father comes, you can't be messing around, because fathers always want to see that my friend do the right thing. And sometimes they will watch you with the eye to give you one second one. The next time when they drag you, they will discipline you. You understand? So typically when we're growing up, if you are there with your mother alone, they will shout at you, stop. Then the one they will tell you that your father will come. You will see.
That's what.
Because he's the one who will be straightening every child what you should do, so that you don't go and mess up. So we took fathers to be, you know, there are some people that will tell them, me papa not me too much. But today, if they didn't discipline you, you wouldn't have been where you are. You get it. That is why when those years that fathers passed on early and they left the children with the mothers, those mothers who brought those children up really suffered. Really, really. Because fathers are always the backbone to always support. And that is why we try to tag fathers that fathers don't like their children because whatever before you ask father to give you ABCD, they want to know whether what they are going to give you
it's really for.
And that is how God also operates. God is a father to all of us. You don't go to say, Father, I want a Bugatti. Pray over it and the Lord will give you from heaven. No. What you are asking, if I give you, will you be able to manage it? Will it destroy your life? What if you realize that something will come out that will be negative, you are not going to get it.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, great. We'll soon take another break, but I just want to give you one quick quiz. We're going to talk about Christian fathers, but give me any father in the Bible and the name of one of their children. A name of a father in the Bible.
I'll quickly say Abraham.
Abraham
had Isaac, and then Ishmael.
Great.
And in fact, it comes easily because that is what we have in the world now. We have Christians, the descendants of Isaac and Ishmael, the descendants of Muslims.
Yeah, great.
That is what.
Great. So we have Abraham and then his.
I think Noah
yes,
having
exactly.
Shem, Ham.
Yes, and Japheth. Great. So thank you very much. That's amazing. So we'll take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we'll continue the conversation. Thank you for staying with us. We are having a conversation about fathers then and now. This is True Love Talk, and we'll go back to you. Brother Lawrence, I want to start with you for this one. Who should a Christian father be?
Okay, so a Christian father, which means that the example should be Christ.
Okay.
So once we are saying who should a Christian father be, then everything is modeling around the character, the behavior, the lifestyle of Christ.
Okay.
So a Christian father should be a wife, a husband with one wife.
Okay.
You understand? Which is also part of even the Presbyterian Church of Ghana. I think one of our shadows. You cannot be a presbyter,
especially a presbyter,
if you have two wives, and that is why even if you have a customary marriage that allows you to add additional. You need to denounce that before you can become a presbyter.
Okay.
You have to also be very caring and loving.
Okay.
You can't be a Christian father and be abusive in the house, not bringing up your children well. You should be a role model. People should see you in the church and see, when they see your children, they will look at their lifestyle and then see whether you're also a good father in the house. A Christian father should be somebody that your children can even speak well about. Your wife should. You're having a conversation, when they mention your name, your wife will say, they leave that man. It means there's a problem. You are not a Christian father. Okay, you should be able to also bring up your children and create nature, bring the home to be like you are in the church, because fathers are head and also priests in the home. So we are priests in the home, like when we go to church, we have our reverend ministers. So in the home, fathers are the reverend ministers.
Not necessarily ordained, but
not necessarily. I mean, this is even biblical.
Yeah.
Christ is the head. In the home, who is the head? So you need to be able to play that role. You are not saying be bossy, be champion at times and say that I'm the head. Everybody should. No. So in your environment, you should be able to create that atmosphere that everybody can come to you even for advice. Okay. You understand? That is how a Christian father should be here, because your standard is Christ.
Okay.
So whatever you do should be modern. Somebody will see you and say, oh, I wish to be like these people, the way they behave in their home. It's because the father is playing a key role. But if you are not there and you are not doing things that Christians are supposed to do, then there will be a problem. You will be in the church and somebody will say, oh, this father is not taking care of. You know, sometimes when they look at your children, they can deduce to know what is happening in the house. Okay. Christian fathers should ensure that things that come from their children's mouth shouldn't be abusive. Because we have a culture that if you don't train your child well, The moment the child opens their mouth, it's insult before they talk. Have you met those people before?
Yeah.
They will first insult before they talk. Sometimes unknowingly, but it has become their
Part and parcel
it's
of
part of them. But if you have a father who is practicing Christian life and you're having that attitude, they will beat the hell out of you and then let you know that you don't talk like this. This is how to shape yourself. Fathers are able to groom, Christian fathers are able to groom their children that when they go public, they behave. And everything is, yes, this is coming from a good home.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So what I'm hearing from you is that a Christian father should be able to say, like Paul, that follow me as I follow Christ.
Yes.
So they are modeling a certain way. That is the Christ-like life for their children. All the same, they have to be welcoming. So it's not that, yes, I'm saying that go this way, but if there's any challenge, you can't even come to me. Even you don't understand why I'm saying this, you can still come to me. So we're reasoning together, but I'm grooming you to be like Christ, because I myself am like Christ. I'm not telling you one thing and doing the other thing. Amazing. Papa.
One thing that I like this Bible verses that they learn during confirmation. Says, "Wone hina se me yo Kristo ni, then na ma we ye Kristo ni. Nye se Kristo wo me. So, nye se me papa ni ma me ye Kristo fo, ana me ti Kristo fo finti na me yo Kristo. Na mo me ye mankasa oja maje. Awurade Yesu Kristo edi se me kraje nkwa." So definitely, if you know that, then it means, yes, you yourself should have been, as you have accepted Christ as your personal savior and practicing it, then you will let the child also understand it. Okay. So it's not me forcing you to be a Christian, but it's you practicing the Christianity because, so as a father, all that I have to do is be a leader, lead the family. Let's say make morning devotion. Morning devotion is not me alone leading it all the time. Give them the opportunity to practice it. Let them, when they go to children's service, let them also get something from there. So that they become practicing Christians, not just, all right? No, some of these things, if you are not very careful, like he said, maybe you'll be a Christian just on the surface, but not deep within you.
Convicted yet.
Not convicted yet. Yes. So I look at it. You see, yesterday, it was this morning. The Bible passage that we use for devotion used Genesis chapter 2, I think from verse 15 down to 25, and he talked about God creating man and creating all other things and giving the man the responsibility to take care of them. So the responsibility was given to him even before he came down there and then created a man in his own image before creating the woman. So the responsibility of doing what God wants you to do, leading the Christ-like life, depends on you, the Father. And to get them, it will be very easy for you to get them to practice it if you are practicing it yourself. Because taking the cue from what he said, you can't be doing something different and then asking somebody to do it. If you want to, as a leader, you have to lead. Do it, and then they will. So when you say you get up in the morning, do something as a Christian so that your children will know. Sunday, you have to get yourself ready before you can say. Don't tell them, get up and go to church when you don't go. And some of the words that comes out of your mouth, okay? When they do something and then you are correcting them, admonishing them, the words that you use, especially with the mother. Okay, so they should see that Christ-like life in you, and then they will emulate it because you are practicing it. So you should be a father who practices what the Bible says. Then you will get your family following you. I'm proud to say, once I was driving around with my son. He is the last one. And then I think it was around Father's Day. And then he asked me a question. No, just out of the blue, he asked me, what do I like about my father? In fact, It took me some time. It took me some time to tell him something. Yes, I like my father because he provided for us, because he gave us, he made us to, at least he helped in making me who I am now. All right. And then I asked him, what about you? He said, I like my father because he's made me a Christian. And truly, he made my head very, very big. Because that was one of the things. If fine. Do you understand me? Yes. And if I look at my kids, I'm very happy. I wouldn't say I'm perfect. Nobody's perfect. We are still striving. We are still trying to be as we should be, so that, like I always say, when you get to heaven, the pass mark, you won't get 100, but at least what will make you be accepted in heaven. But because you still have your shortcomings, but those who are around you, you have that responsibility to let them. Let me tell you something. Just last week, my grandson brought a homework from Children's Service, and it was about Stephen. So looking through the questions, I found out that it was about Stephen. So he asked me 1, 2, and then what I did was I opened the Bible where the Stephen story was, and I asked him, because 8 years old, he can read. So I asked him, when he asked the question, I said, read through and then find the answer. So you let him know that if you want something about the Bible, you have to go to the Bible. So that is how you have to. You have to know it so that you can pass it on. It should be a heritage, a legacy that you leave for your children. That's a little bit that I can say.
More weighty than any other thing that you can do.
Yes.
You leave them a house,
yes,
money, it will still not get them. Yeah.
You get them to a point. Now they are all of age. The boy is Kofi is 94, so
no, he's
31. Yes. Fortunately, one of the two of them Friday once they are Kofi, and then the mother is a Wednesday, and one of the girls is Wednesday. And the boy is 26 August, and the mother is 28, and the girl, one of them is 11 September, and I'm September 20.
Oh, wow.
So it works out nicely in the house. But the most important thing is you get them to a level. You get them to a level, and then you leave them, but then you watch them from the back to see whether what they are doing,
continuing in the way.
That is it.
So this is great. A Christian father walking in the way of God, raising their family in the way of God. Beautiful. But it's not all that easy to do it. In the past, a father lives close to home, does his own work. Maybe he has a farm or something, or even if he works somewhere, he doesn't have to go through traffic. Today you see children going to school early in the morning. Sometimes at 4 a.m. they are already up going. They live so far from their school, or their parents live far from work, so they have to get them out of the house, And now there are so many more voices, not necessarily people who are around us, like how we have the community fathers that you mentioned, but rather online voices that you don't even know what they are saying. Because community fathers, if somebody's a drunkard, you can see with your own eyes and tell your child that, hey, be careful of this person. But here we are, there are voices online that children are also listening to. It makes it challenging to be a father, and a Christian father as such. How can we navigate this? What are some of these challenges that you yourselves as fathers have faced, and what can we do to mitigate some of them?
Okay, so technically we are looking at some of the challenges that fathers are facing in today's modern world. It has to do with, like you mentioned, we are in the digital world.
Yeah.
Okay. You are looking at how to bring your child in a way of manner that your teachings is what he or she is going to take, but not what social media is actually teaching them, which is also very critical. And especially when they had gadgets and they are also on social media, there are certain things you will tell them, but they will see it differently in the social media. Then they have to comprehend who is telling the truth. All also bounds down to the first question that you asked, that who should a Christian father be? So if you're able to inculcate into them the right principles, they are able to differentiate between what is truth and what is wrong.
Okay.
And so, though the challenge, the social media is one of the challenges that fathers are facing now.
Okay.
Because whilst you are telling them A, they already have some answers already. So for them to navigate to know, okay, my father is telling me the truth, is also very difficult. Even if you are doing all the Bible teachings, the social media is very loud compared to what you are giving them. So that is one challenge. We are also looking at the character, the current character we have in terms of society, culture. You see, you are trying to instill into them certain discipline. Now there is a new normal, okay, that is saying that you can be this. Like you are a man, they say you were wrongly programmed in your body, so you can become a woman. And imagine you, the father, trying to tell your child that, no, this thing is wrong, this thing is evil. And somebody have also spoken into their mind to let them know that, no, this thing is wrong. See, a father, how many Ghanaians parents will see their children transgender and all those things, male, now you are maybe female, they will kill you. You will not even come home because it's not our culture. So, and you see, they ask a lot of questions. They see them, they hear them. Sometimes they even have some of them as friends. So they want to understand this thing that is going on. Is it right? Is it wrong? So if your father, you are also not well versed in some of these issues, and you cannot educate them well to give them the negative aspects that it is bad and the positive and what, they will listen to the outside because you don't have much information. And so the challenge we are facing now is that we have to always and every time be also educating us in the new normals that are coming into the system.
Their language.
Speak their language. Let them understand. It's not all the time KKK trying to shut them down. No. When it comes to some of these issues, the child is having an information. They want to listen to your side. So you should get those information to be able to do that. And another point I also make is that we have to also be influencers to our children. We have to be able to, the big influencers for our children should be us. And I always love when you ask a children, who do you want to become? And they will say, I want to be like my father. It means you have really done well. For the child to say that, I want to be like my father, that is a big game changer. You have a little to do for your child to become
a Christian father, for that matter.
For a Christian father, for that matter, of course. Because you know that you are bringing the child in a way, a mother, that when he grows or she grows, he or she will not depart from it. Do you understand? One of the challenges we are also facing is that if you are a father in today's modern world, you should be doing certain things in the home. Unlike previously, because fathers are seen as the breadwinner. When we give the child money, where do we go? All we expect is our food is ready. We will be reading the graphic whilst you are also doing what? You are cooking. Because like he said, mothers at the time were not doing much work. They were home. Like most of them housewives, you get it. So when I'm coming home, I'm expecting that my food will be ready. Today it's not like that. Your wife also goes to work. You also goes to work. I will not see anything wrong to come home and my wife is not back and I want to put food on the fire to cook and eat. The moment you do that, your children are also learning that, okay, if I also one day marry and my partner is not around, I can also cook. Because they hear us, they listen to us, they see what we do. And that is what they carry on to their future life. And that is why if you're a father and you are in the house and you're abusing your wife, they will grow up to think it is normal. So when they are beating their wife, they took it from somewhere. So those are some of the challenges that are going wrong. Because in today's modern world, fathers come home sometimes before the mother will come. And you tell your children that, oh, your food is, where is our food? So wait when your mother comes. I cannot comprehend that. And for me, my wife even knows. If I come and you are not there, I will cook. Me and the children will eat before you come. We are not waiting for you. Especially when I know you will be late. So today's modern world is not like the previous years that mothers were housewives.
Okay.
We can also do same. Same thing, they have to also support us financially. Anyway. So,
we will take a break for now.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thought. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation. Welcome back. This is True Love Talk, and we're having an interesting conversation of fathers then and now. And we are going to Papa Ado to tell us some of the challenges that fathers are facing now. We heard from Lawrence, and now we want to hear from you. What are the challenges fathers are facing and how we can mitigate them?
Fathers now are facing a lot of challenges because of the social technology that we have now. We didn't have them like that. In the evening, when you finish eating and with all the house chores, the next thing is for you is to go to bed. Because especially if you lived your life in the village where I lived, there's only one lantern, then the only thing for you to do is to go to bed.
You didn't have story time, those things?
Once in a while, yes. The children, you gather around the fire and you tell stories. And they were really Kwekwanansi stories. Now, because of the TV came on the 70s or so, some of the programs, and even then the programs were not such that you could know, and at times you need to go to somebody's house to watch television.
You need to a window to watch it.
Yes, and at times when you go somewhere, you need to have your bath and be good to stay in there, otherwise they will drive you out.
It was even black and white.
Black and white then. But you see, nowadays with the kids, they know the programs more than you do. Yeah. You'll be surprised what your grandchild will tell you. Some of these songs that they sing, I don't know them. But if they are in your car and you open the radio and they start singing it and you ask yourself, so I tell them, I say, where did you learn this song? So maybe at school. There are quite a number of things that we really need to be very careful nowadays because of the technology and what the kids learn at school. Okay, so you have to interact with them. So there are times they will tell you some of the things. I pick my grandchildren from school, and the arrangement is for me to pick 2 other kids in addition because their parents wouldn't be around. So it's a very convenient arrangement that we made. But when I pick them, I keep quiet and listen to them. Some of the things that they say at school, what happened at school, what went on. And then at times you ask yourself, yesterday, for example, I think I had to ask them not to be saying those things. But it's the technology that has come. All right. So yes, it's difficult, but at times it makes it a bit easier because if you're able to direct them to use it conveniently, then it helps you to shape them up. You understand it? Yeah, like the phone, they use it to do their homework. They want a word, you teach them how to use the word too. And we didn't have access to dictionary when we were that young. But now, as young as they are, you can let them use the technology. Yes. Only when you teach them how to use the technology, be careful with them. Yesterday we were having a chat at church, and I was telling them, you go to a platform, there is something on it, you post on it, and you want to look at it. You open it, and then even it's not what you were expecting, but you see another picture, maybe of a nude person or some half naked. You see, immediately, it's what is inside you that makes you to take a decision whether to watch it or. So what happens if it is the child? You understand it? So some of these things, I think we really need to. Yes, it's coming up. You can't do anything about it. Look at what AI, is that it? Yes, look at what it is doing. Now, at times when you look at some of the posts on that, you can't differentiate between the actual pictures, all right? And they even use actual persons. You know, some of them you look at, they used American Papa
Donald Trump.
Trump, and then the Russian man.
Putin.
They put them together and they were dancing. They were playing Agbaja dance song for them. And you look at it. So these things are coming up, whether we like it or not. They are around us. What you need to do is keep eyes on your children. Let them be able to come to you so that you can share with them. At times when they are watching the cartoons, I stay with them and ask them, what do you gain from this? Or what are you watching? Are you just watching a cartoon or something? So yes, we like it or not, the technology, this needs with us. We have to catch up with them so that we'll be able to guide them through, especially as the Christian fathers, and let them know which ones are good for them, which ones are not good for them.
So this requires that you need to make time, because sometimes you set
for pensioners like us.
Yes, you set a program for them to watch, but the adverts that will come, like on YouTube, you think, oh, they are just watching a kid's thing, but the adverts that will come will be adult content. Because even when you're reading your Bible on your phone, the adverts that come sometimes are not related to anything. Godly.
There's a way of blocking those adverts, but somebody needs to take you through it to be able to do that. Like he mentioned, sometimes they pop up. I was with the Reverend Minister. He wanted to show me something on the phone. Just when you open the phone, the thing started popping. I said, "Oh, so no, I understand. I also have seen on my phone. I see you as committed." And I said, "No, it's normal. I understand." See, so we need to be checking some of these things, and even in the kind of programs we watch on television. My house, nobody watch telenovela. Oh, yes. It's one of the things that if you engage your children in, they will learn somewhere. I don't watch. I would rather prefer they watch cartoons.
Cartoons, yes.
And even the cartoons, there are some these days that they have this kissing, and they are, even the cartoons, you need to be very selective because, we are not living in the world alone. We are living with other spiritual beings who are into certain things. So if you don't know the animations and the symbols they are using, they'll be watching something else. So imagine you are with your child watching TV. Sometimes at age 10, 12, 13, that things, and you have a movie and somebody's kissing. Seriously, you the father, when you are not. Sometimes I'm not comfortable.
Because I'm not comfortable, but you'll be surprised they know more about the kissing than
they know.
Do they come and look at you? Because when we were young, when scene comes, you either cover your eyes or you see your mother is looking at you.
So normally, because I don't allow them to watch this telenovela and those kissing scenes, when they are watching any movie, like Nigerian movie, or I'm there. So there was this time I got up, going to the kitchen. When I was there, when the small boy came, Daddy, come. They are kissing and they are watching. So, and when I'm there too, all of them, just when they know I'm there, so they will do like this. I say, hey, remove your hand. Whatever you want to watch, you have already watched it. So we need to be there to guide them. You understand? If not,
be present.
And the more they see them continuously, it registers in their mind, and they want to practice it to see, hey, how is it like? So those are some of the challenges we are facing. But of course, if we are rooted, all foundations are rooted in Christ, and their foundation too is rooted in Christ. Like we have played our role as fathers, they will see some of these things, but then they will go into the scriptures to be able to navigate themselves around. And if they have difficulties, the fathers are always there to ask. And then we will see them. We fathers don't make noise. You see, fathers always speak calm and want to teach you what to do. But of course, when we have to discipline, we discipline and then softly we draw you back. That's what I said, that our character and everything is like the way God also behaves. You understand? We will discipline you and then call you. That he did to the Israelites. He punished them and still loves them. And that is the role we have.
Even when he is punishing them, he still
shows that love. Yes.
Let me tell you something very interesting about this. My two last kids, they were about, I think, 3 and then 5, 3 or 6, a girl and a boy. Then they were going to have their bath. So and they were playing around. No, these kids, they were still playing around. So they came, we were watching, I was sitting in the hall with the mother, they came. And as they were playing, the other one laid on the other one. You see, so far as they are concerned, they were just playing. But if you're not very careful, you look at them like a man and a woman, adults having sex. But so far as they were concerned, so you don't show any sign. You don't tell them anything because to them they are just playing. Do you see the picture? But if you're then they will start to find out why
are you shouting when you are
so they'll try to find out why you shouted at them when they were doing that one. But now you see them like the ones their grandchildren in the house, they play around there when they are going to bath and they do certain things. Some of them, you need to watch them. And then you want to be very careful. At times, it is you who will react and then make them to find out why you reacted that way.
Or you is it possible to also say that, well, just when you saw that, oh, you let them play, but when they are done, you want to find out, why is it that when you were playing, maybe you did this or that?
No, it was just part of their playing.
Okay, just to get an idea of, apart from the fact that you know they were playing, probably they've also seen something.
No. That's one. No. Not that they were trying to copy something.
Okay, but they were playing.
But they were just playing, and then it happened. And that is why I say you want to be very, very careful when you see some of those things.
Fatherhood is an interesting
it's very interesting. Especially if you decide to play your role as a father, a present father who is there to watch, give them the attention, watch them grow and all that. My children, even at this age, I said, if you are around me, so far as I'm concerned, you are still my child. I remember when those good days, we were driving with my father from Koforidua to Accra, and then we had a problem where around Ayarifa. Fortunately for him, he saw a friend who was also, so he stopped him and then went and called, and he told him that, oh, he got some kids in the car. When the man came and saw us, I said, are these your kids? So far as I'm concerned, so that is how you want to know when you want to know them as kids and when you want to know them as, treat them as adults.
Sure. This is True Love Talk, and we're here with Lawrence and Papa Addo talking about fathers then and now. And you're watching us live on PTG TV. In thy light, there is light. If you're watching us from the Volta or Ashanti Presbytery, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll take a quick commercial break and then continue the conversation. Hello and welcome back to True Love Talk. We are having a conversation on fathers then and fathers now. Quickly, Lawrence, tell us, do you think fathers are getting their due recognition? I mean, it's a lot of work, we agree, but do you think you are getting the recognition that you need from society, from your children, your family?
Society, no.
Okay.
Society, no. Family, yes. Yes, I can say that. You see, fathers, for example, I normally say that we are PPMC. We provide, we protect, we mentor, and we continue our successions. You understand? And so that's how I always describe. Because, you see, in the olden days, like she mentioned previously, fathers are always out there trying to, because they were breadwinners, they have to go out, bring their money, cater for the home, they go again. So always the children are there with the woman or the wife. So they see the woman or the mother more than the father. And so sometimes they feel like, and you see, when the father is giving the money to the mother or the wife, it's between the two of them. Okay, take this one, care for the home, I'll be back. Do this children's school, is this, that. The mother will not tell the children that your father gave me all the money I'm giving you. Most of the times. So the children see the mother providing. They didn't see the father giving the money to the mother. And if you get a woman who is not appreciative enough to project the father, we will say, "Mo papa, you see, they would rather be giving negative issues report to the children, then the children are registering that in their mind that, oh, so the father is not taking care of us.
Okay.
Those things have registered, and gradually up to now. See, today's modern fathers are not like the kind of fathers who were there. In fact, olden fathers, I can say they were even doing better than today.
Okay.
It's because mothers were not projecting fathers enough for the children to know that.
Okay.
It takes children who were close to the fathers to know what the fathers were going through.
Okay.
You see, fathers don't talk much.
Yeah, well.
You don't see our tears, but fathers cry in silence when there's nobody.
Oh,
because the moment your children sees you crying, or even the wife sees you crying, they see you as very weak. What brings a father or a man down is when they have nothing in their pockets
to give,
and the children are crying or they are asking for school fees. Imagine you don't have money and your children are asking for school fees. You break down.
Okay.
Wherever you go to get that money, at least for them to get their comfort so that you can take out that pain, because you have to then go and pay their money. The pressure should be on you than to be on the children.
Okay.
When it is Mother's Day, by now, we are selling hampers, buy this thing for your mother, buying this, take your mother. I am yet to see the radio stations or anywhere.
Oh, it's happening.
So
it's
how
happening.
many? Mention one.
One or two of them.
Yeah.
But not as
they are
they did on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Not as they did on the
We are not getting that record. And it's been so how many years now? Every time we are saying, even the Father's Days, when it comes, it is go and check your hair to go and check this place. So, but for the mothers, they take them out, give them nice treats.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay,
We are not getting
I
that.
just want to flip the question again to you that, okay, yes, maybe the recognition is not there. What can we do better? Then Papa will also answer me on that. So recognition might not be there as it should be, but what can be done by society and families?
Oh, no. So as far as the society is concerned, now they should know that fathers are doing a lot and a lot more.
Okay.
You go to church. Anytime you see fathers, they come with their children, they come with their wife. First, if it is not like that, now you are seeing it.
Okay.
You understand? So we should be able to take away the negativity that we used to give fathers and always projecting them now. Now, in the family also, fathers are playing their role. Mothers should be able to project.
Okay.
If we give something, oh, this one is your father. Me, it happens to me.
Okay.
The moment I give, oh, it's your father who gives. So I see the children coming to me and saying that, oh, Daddy, thank you for giving me this. Mommy say you gave me this.
Okay.
And then we know that we are getting that recognition. So they should give us. We appreciate it because we are working.
Sure. So fathers are working, Lawrence says.
We are working.
They should be applauded. They should be given their flowers now, especially as we celebrate Father's Day. Papa, I want to switch the question to the church. What can the church do to help fathers become good fathers or continue being good fathers?
Your question again.
What can the church do to help fathers? No, we're talking about being a Christian father. What can the church do to support fathers who want to be or are being Christian fathers?
I always say Christianity is self-made decision.
Okay.
You have to decide what.
Okay.
If the church can't force a father to be a father, if he doesn't want to be a father,
okay.
So let the father or let the men or let the fathers in the church know that they have a responsibility to look after their children. You see, the first question you ask, as a father, I'm not looking after I'm not taking care of my children for them to take care of me in future. If my child gives me anything, that is my profit. All right. I looked after him because I have that responsibility. God has given me something that I need to look after it for it to achieve whatever it is for the purpose why God gave the person to me. So that is what I have to do. If my child decides to give me something, I was having a conversation with a woman. He said he doesn't want the child to give him something. Let's say I have my car, I buy fuel into it, I drive around, and then my child gives me money to buy the fuel, and then he comes around asking me, I didn't know which is because of the money. No, because you have given me something, you are not going to tell me what. So in the first place, I will try to fend for myself. Okay? What I can, I will do it for myself.
Okay.
If I can't, no, I will cry like he was saying, I've been able to look after you, you are gone. The rest I have to do it for myself. Okay. So the church will have to let the fathers know their responsibility as fathers. That is why we need to. Emmanuel Congregation, we're having a program on Sunday that is father and child communication, how they should relate. So we've taken some questions from the children, from the women. We'll have a panel to sit down and then discuss it. Some of these things, we need to do activities that promote relationship between fathers and mothers. We should let the fathers know that the children are their responsibility. All right? At times they come, you ask them, they don't know anything, but they have to make sure. Right? So let the father in the church know that he has the responsibility to take care of the children. And especially they are bringing them up. Bringing them up. It is their responsibility to help the mothers. Now, there's one thing that is going on, I like in the church, is especially with the YAF and the YPG people who are good. Most of the time, you see the men or them carrying the babies. They come to church. Formerly, you wouldn't see it. It is always with the mother. But this time they come, they get down. You see the father taking the baby and carrying them. I asked one boy, why would he marry in future? He said, oh, he likes to see fathers. When he sees a father carrying the baby, he gets so fascinated about it, and that is why. So if you're able to encourage them, then you can get them out of where only the responsibility is for the mother. Okay, so we need to.
So even with that example, and which happens almost everywhere, that fathers are now even carrying their children.
Yes.
So as part of projecting fathers, so the media team in the church, you should be taking some of these shots. Do you understand?
We will send a message.
And projecting that, at least father for the day, we saw this, so that everybody will know that, okay, the fathers we shouldn't be projecting the other side too much. I don't want let's also project, because seriously, young fathers these days are really doing very well. They are helping, exactly, they are helping in their home financially. They are bringing up their children very well. You see, one of the difficult things children affect them is when they're having a program in school and all parents are coming and your parents don't attend. It's really, really affect them. But fathers will always sacrifice to make sure that even the ones that they can, they will even plead, oh, mommy, can you? But if the mother cannot even go because of one or two reasons, they'll find every means to be there.
Well, that's amazing. So we need to project the good that fathers are doing more. Maybe it was even happening in the past, but because it wasn't being projected, the negative sentiments were overweighed then. Going forward, we need to do a better job of projecting the good things that fathers are doing to encourage them to even do it much more. It is their responsibility, all right. It always helps to get some encouragement when you're doing the right thing. Okay, so to wrap up the conversation, I want you to each give us a word of encouragement to fathers out there, especially as we celebrate Father's Day.
Fathers, we as fathers have the responsibility to take care of our children. We want to make sure we can't give them everything that they want, but our presence, the way you talk to them, the way you share your free time with them, you ask them questions, let them get closer to you, let them be able to talk to you. All right? Good. And the mothers too, let the children too know that their father too cares about them. In that, if we do it that way, then it will help the children to know that yes, they have a father, and we, the fathers too, will have to accept the kids and bring them closer. Create time, listen to them. Don't always let them decide some of the things for them. Let them take their own decision. You can just guide them. Ask them what they want to do. Leave them the decision. God gave us the free will. That was one of the things initially I was going to say, God, why did you give us that free will to do what we want? But then if he hadn't, we would have been like robots. All right? So you don't want your children to be robots. So give them the freedom. But when you give them the freedom, a freedom with guidance. Okay? Talk to them. Let them be able to come to you and have a chat with you.
And especially if you have given them you have taught them to walk in the way of God. When you give them some freedom, you don't have to be too scared because you know the path you've set them on. Amazing. Amazing. Brother Lawrence, a few words of encouragement for fathers.
Okay, so for all fathers, we will continue to do the good things we are doing. Let us continue to do that. Yes, we are not doing anything bad, but we, of course, we should continue to provide first for even our family, because we always have to be there in the house. Anytime fathers are counting their success should be that they were able to bring their children well and they succeeded. We cannot mention success in the terms of we getting money and we are successful and we have cars and our children are walking out there aimlessly. So that is very, very key. So in all the up and downs that we are having to try to make it, we have to make sure that our children, our family is one of the key things we will succeed in bringing them. And as Christian fathers, all I want to say is that let us bring our children up in the fear of the Lord. No matter the turbulence that we are facing in the world now, if their foundations are on Christ, no matter the wind, they will still stand. Nobody can lure them. Nobody can change their religion. Nobody can change their agenda. And nobody can let them quit to get money. But then they will gradually pick it up the way we are teaching them and they will be successful. And happy Father's Day to all responsible and fathers around. Whether you are giving birth or you are bringing up somebody's child or you are going to adopt them or you are helping in bringing them. Happy Father's Day. Especially, let me say, to all men. Yes.
Wish them all a happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
You yourself, you feel satisfied. You get self-satisfaction when you've looked after your kids and even other kids. You've looked after them very well. You feel satisfied because you see them and then you know, like a good handiwork. All right? You are proud of them.
Okay, thank you so much to you, Papa Addo and Brother Lawrence, for joining us for this interesting conversation. I hope you have learned a lot as well and enjoyed the conversation. This has been True Love Talk, talking about fathers, and we wish every man out there a happy Father's Day. Till the next one, do take care. Bye for now.
BCG TV.